Hey, Dig fam, it's your boy Diggity, aka Diggity Dage, aka Diggity the Body Doctor, aka Your Health Bae, and we're back with another workout with me. Today we're at Genesis Health Club, and we are about to get into some big workout vibes, some big training vibes, baby, okay? This is a luxury health club, okay? It's not your average Planet Fitness, your Crunch, okay, baby? No, we are about to get into the real deal here, okay? Here at Genesis. We're in Orlando, and we're about to get into some vibes, so I'll catch you on the other side.
Blowing my mind, maybe in time, baby, I can get you. I like the way you work it, no diggity. Bag it up. I like the way you work it, no diggity. Bag it up. I like the way you work it.
Okay, Dig fam, welcome back. We about to get this training started, but before we get started, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Tell a friend to bring a friend so we can all be friends, you feel me? Okay, before we get started training today, we are going to track our biometrics so that we can properly set our goals and we understand our benchmarks and everything that we need to make sure that we can ensure that we reach our targets. So today, what we're gonna do is we are going to tap into our InBody machine. Now, the InBody is going to capture our body fat, skeletal muscle mass, water weight. It can even recognize and detect if you have any muscle imbalances. I love to start the beginning of any of my programs with my clients and with myself with an InBody assessment. This way we ensure that we are tracking our goals accordingly and that we are making sure that we have the proper benchmark so that we can strategically set a plan of action towards these goals, okay? So I'm a little nervous because it's been a while since I've been on the InBody. I typically recommend that you get on the InBody and track your results anywhere from 60 to 90 days. That's a nice time frame to give your body a chance to adjust and fluctuate, you know, give your body a chance to, you know, figure out what's going on, whether you're incorporating a new program or a new diet or nutrition plan. 60 to 90 days is a great window for measurement. And I recommend the InBody because measuring a lot of y'all about to tussle with me about this. But a lot of y'all like to get on the scale and measure yourself every day and look on the scale every day, and you get disappointed whether you see the scale go in the opposite direction or you don't see any movement at all. And the truth is the scale is not a great indicator for measuring your biometrics and the chemistry of what is actually going on with your body. Why? Because your body typically fluctuates between 1 to 4 pounds a day, okay? 1 to 4 pounds a day. So sometimes you may be seeing it go in a different direction or a negative direction, or you may not see it move at all because you have an excess amount of body weight or for a number of other reasons. But that's why I always recommend 60 to 90 days, preferably 90 days, right? It'll give you a good window of measurement. All right, so we're about to hop on this InBody, fingers crossed. But I always say this, right? Whether you are somebody who gets excited about figuring out where your baselines are and your biometrics are, the moment you step on the scale, it's always day one, right? So it's only up from here, right? We're only gonna progress, we're only going up from here. So I wanna encourage everybody, no matter when you step on the scale on the InBody, you're testing your body fat, it's always day one, right? It's always day one. Oh, and one more thing I want to add as it relates to biometrics and tracking your progress: body fat, okay? A lot of y'all are always so concerned about this number on the scale or the weight, and sometimes that's arbitrary. You can have a nice healthy body fat and your weight be high, right? It's all about, one, I always say, it's like I honestly love tracking my body fat and also love pictures, right? Because pictures don't lie, and I want to fall in love with the person I see in the mirror, right? So I encourage you to, you know, fall in love with that person that you see in the mirror, and that may be at a number that may not even be in alignment to what you think is healthy, but it actually is a healthy number. You feel what I was saying? So this topic right here and what we're about to do is very controversial. A lot of y'all about to, you know, be in the comments and tussle with me about this, but body fat. Also, BMI is arbitrary too. Like, quit tracking BMI is arbitrary. All right, let's get into this gig. You want to make sure you're as light as possible. I forgot I have a main man in my pocket. And you also want to make sure that you haven't consumed any food or any water.
Place your heels on the rear sole electrode. Keep your arms straight. Your arms must not touch the sides of your body. Starting your in-body test. The test is completed.
So there's a quick overview of the in-body results. It's now going to print my results and we're about to get into it. All right, fam, so results printed and completed. I'm gonna now walk you guys through how to read an in-body assessment, your in-body assessment, and we're gonna use my results here to show you exactly how to read your analysis. All right, so first we're gonna start here at the top with your body composition analysis, right? The first measurement they're going to give you is your total body water. Right now, my total body water is 89.1, and everything is measured in pounds in this section in your body analysis composition. The great thing about the in-body is that it always remembers you, considering you're always stepping on and measuring on the same consistent in-body machine that you've previously been measuring yourself on.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
So it tracks your ID, it has your ID, it tracks your height, your weight, all your biometrics, your age, and your test date, which is great in pounds. So my total body water is 89.1. My dry lean mass is 32.2 pounds. My body fat mass is 35.5, right? And it also like tells you here for building muscles and strengthening bones, the dry lean mass, boom, 32.2. For storing excess energy, body fat mass 35.5, and the sum of all of those numbers all accumulate to 156.8. So I'm currently 156.8 pounds. That's my total body weight. Moving down, we've got our muscle fat analysis. Oh, one thing I'm going to point out here at the top, you see these little arrows and then the minus sign and the arrows. That indicates below average, average, and above average. Based on these bars here, it'll tell you where you are on your journey. My weight is 156.8 pounds. It says that I'm above average, right? For my body composition and where I should be at. My skeletal muscle mass, however, is 68.8, which is saying that I'm above average for based on my biometrics and based on my biometrics. So that's good. So a lot of times, like I told you guys, the weight is arbitrary, right? Because it's saying that it's saying that my weight is above average. However, my skeletal muscle mass, which means that like I have greater muscle production and body composition for my body. And then body fat mass 35.5, and it says that I'm a little bit above average. What I want to show you guys here, so in-body gives us 3 letter indicators so we can assess where we are. They give us a C, an I, and a D, right? So what does that mean? If you were to draw a line assembling all of your measurements, what shape does it give you? So mine, it's damn near an I. It kind of gives you a D, but it's damn near an I, right? An I means a nice, average, clean bill of health, right? A C would mean below average, and a D means above average, right? And so what does that mean? So as you can see, for me, measuring for a male between the age of 30 to 39 now, I've just elevated. A good body fat percentage would be 16.8, so that's where I should be. Excellent would be a nice 12 to 15%, and very lean would be 7 to 10%, but that's very unsustainable. And for females, you never want to go below 14% of body fat, because you can be at risk for anemia, losing your menstrual cycle, and things like that. It can be very dangerous for trying to conceive and bear a child, and anything over 30 is also at risk for obesity, heart disease, diabetes, all of those things. All right, continuing, we have the segmental lean analysis chart, and this measures any variances between your body parts, right? So it's comparing, right, your left arm to the right arm. Your trunk is where you hold most of your weight. your left leg, right leg. So for me right now, it's saying my left arm is 7.14 pounds. My right arm is 6.70 pounds. So you can see there's a variance there. So what does that mean? Like, how do we interpret this? Like, what do we have to do? So for me, I would know, and also for any client that I work with, once we do this analysis, it's like, okay, so now we know we need to do a little bit of unilateral work to get the right arm to match the strength of the left arm. Or it can also indicate, it can be, I would ask the client, okay, you know, do you have any injury that you may have not told me about? You know, is there some deformity, or, you know, what really is behind this variance? You carry most of your weight in your trunk. For me, 54 pounds exactly. And then my left leg is 18.3 pounds. My right leg is 18.10 pounds. Not a huge variance, but because I am right-handed, I know that I'm right foot dominant. And so that could be also why the right leg is a little bit stronger than the left leg. The body composition here. So now, like I told you guys, what I love about the InBody is that it really gives you, it tracks your history, right? So, and if you see at the bottom, it'll tell you the date when I first tracked. So the date when I first tracked was 11/1/23. I then tracked it again on 3/11/24, and then today 11/20/11/27/24. So 3/11/24 I was 163.5 pounds. My skeletal muscle mass was 71.4. My body fat percentage was 23.6. Today I'm 156 pounds, 156.8 pounds, 68.8 for skeletal muscle mass, and 22.6 for body fat percentage. So my body fat percentage did decrease, which that's what I was looking to do and accomplish. My skeletal muscle mass decreased, which I don't want. One last thing I want to indicate as it relates to the InBody, right? It's a machine, so there is human error. I always say there's about a 3 to 5% percentage of a variance of error, right? Like anytime you're measuring, whether it's on a treadmill or whether it's on the InBody or whatever you're using, it's just a nice baseline, an average, just an overview or screenshot of where you are and where you need to go. And also one thing that I did notice too is didn't update my age here on the InBody, and that makes a huge difference here because that puts me in a different category, right? I believe it's like 20 to 30 the first age, or no, it was like 20, wasn't it like 20 to 29? I don't know. And I just crossed over to the 30 to 39 age group now. So that could be a little bit why my numbers are just a hair off from what I predict they should be. So this is the InBody machine. Like I said, I love InBody assessment before we go into any phase of training. I believe in tracking your progress, and you know, we got to make data-driven decisions. If we don't have data, how do we know where we should be going, right? How do we know the destination, right? We need to have a data point to go from. InBody assessment. Now we're about to get into training coming up.
A few moments later.
All right, team. So now that we got our InBody assessment completed, we understand our benchmarks and where we are body composition wise, I'm then gonna use my Diggity Body Finish Line Progress Planner, Tracker, and Journal. Very powerful tool. I'm gonna take you guys a sneak peek inside and show you how I use it. If you need one, go ahead, click the link in my bio and go grab it. You won't regret it. If you are somebody who is serious about your health and wellness journey, tracking your progress and ensuring that you hit your goals, you definitely want to tap into this. Let's just tap inside. Okay, so first I'll tell you about goal setting inside, so we can map out our goals properly, and then we're gonna set our goals. So you set your major goal 1, 2, and 3. This is set up on a 90-day cycle, so you definitely want to go ahead and map out your goals in that regard. I'm gonna start and I'm gonna map out my first goal. My first goal, like I told you guys from the InBody assessment, I really need to focus on, I want to focus on decreasing my body fat percentage. It's 22.6% of body fat, and I want to decrease it by 5 to bring me down to a nice 17, around 17, between 16 to 17% body fat. But I also want to increase some skeletal muscle mass, so I'm going to write that in there. Decrease body fat percentage by 5%, and I want to increase my strength. Today is 427, and I'm going to do 90 days from now, so 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 6 to 7, a nice 90-day window. What I love here is that you can also track your body measurement. I'm not gonna do that today, but what I am gonna do is track my body fat percentage here. So today for 27, I'm at 22.6. Next page, we have an events calendar. So I'm going to putting a check-in. I like to check in every 30 days.
Progress
So I'm
check-in.
going to, on today's 4, we'll do 5/27. Just to remind ourselves, and that will be May. It'll be in May. So there you have it, progress check-in. When we get there, when we get to our progress check-in, we're gonna have a little check-in checklist to assess ourselves on how we're doing towards our progress. Like I said, every 30 days until that final 90-day mark, you'll have a progress check-in. Been along in the progress journal, baby, it gets hot and heavy. So I teach you guys about fueling for success, right? So I walk you through how to track your macronutrients, sleep and nutrition, if you're about your input and your output. I then give you guys a recommended food list. Then we move on to a sample nutrition plan. I give you breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I give you some snack ideas. Then I tell you guys what supplements you should be using. I give you guys some recipes for every day of the week: Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Ingredients, right, for when you're grocery shopping, some ingredients that you should be getting. You guys actual recipes that you can implement. Mad recipes. So there's no excuse, right? So I'm giving you guys this progress journal, not only to track your progress, but to also set you up for success. So yeah, that's the journal, guys. Tap in. Shift your hips forward, then rock back.
Say ooh.
This also looks very risque and sexualist. Sexualist, the fuck?
The fuck?